If there is one fighter here in the Madison area that evokes fear into the heart of his opponents, it's this guy right here. Alex "Easy" Polizzi joining us right now on the Sports News. And Alex, you're easily one of my favorite fighters to watch, and it's because of how you dismantle your opponents. Talk about your style, if you could, inside the cage.
Really, when I go out into a fight, there's a lot of guys that come in with plans and tactics and things they want to do, and I'm gonna win this way, or this is how I'm gonna. My goal when I go out to fight is to make sure that guy never, ever wants to fight me again. Whether we win, whether we lose, I want to make sure that he remembers that he was in a fight with me.
You do this move, and I love it, and I point it out, and whether it's Chris is sitting next to me, or Gerald, or both of them, we love this move. You kind of squeeze a guy's head, pick up his arm, and then smash his ribs. Do you have a name for this move?
It actually goes around the gym as the easy squeezy.
Okay. I absolutely love it, and talk about never wanting to fight a guy who does that. That's because of that move right there. It is one of the best. And you talk about the gym. Every time I'm at your gym, and I don't get there very often though, but when I'm there, you're there. I see you training all the time. Talk about that work ethic that you have and what that means to bring that into the cage.
At Chosen Few, we got a lot of guys that hard hitting, and I mean, we all know the value of hard work. It's just about getting in there, putting in the time, and making sure you're getting quality work out of everybody. Really, it's about making sure that everybody can work for that whole time. Mm-hmm. And you reap what you sow. So I mean, if you're in there getting stuff, you get results done, and I think that definitely the culture at Chosen Few has shown that we're doing a lot of sowing.
Yeah, you've been putting in the work, and you had to put in the work to do some rehab. Just about 10 months off, you got back into the cage in Milwaukee. That was your first pro fight. We'll get to that in a second, but if you could, tell everybody about the injury that you had and the rehab that you've had to do to overcome it.
So yeah, we had some hip problems. Actually, it would have been way back in Chosen Few Fighting Championships 12. I ended up finishing that fight, realizing my hip really wasn't sitting right. I had to go to the doctor. Some surgery happened. They had to shave down some extra bone that was going on in there. But and the same thing. It's being able to apply that same work ethic. I mean, we can work to get better, and you got to take that same sort of logic when you go down. And I was off of it. I couldn't do anything for a good month and a half. Luckily enough for me, that was over Thanksgiving, so I got to be real out of shape. Mm-hmm. But once we were able to move again and start getting back to it, that's just, you gotta sometimes put on the blinders and focus on getting better. And I think now I'm at the point where it's something that's behind me. I put in the work, I'm ready to fight again.
Yeah, absolutely. You got back into the cage in Milwaukee. It was your first pro fight, and you come out with a win. How did that feel to get that first pro notch, and how did it feel to get back in the ring or in the cage after the injury?
I tell people, ask me a lot, like, what are your goals for fighting, and where do you see this going? And really, I like it. I'm good at it. It's something that's just intrinsic within me that I take a lot of joy out of, And so getting back into the cage just feels natural, feels right. It feels like that's what I'm supposed to be doing. As far as being the first pro fight, we can make a big deal about it, but really, it's just another day in the cage, putting in work.
You talk about this, feeling natural in the cage. You seem like such a nice guy out of the cage, in the cage, and you're scary. Is there something that just clicks when you go in there?
I like to be kind of jovial, and I mean, it's a skill I have. I'm not trying to make it into something personal. I think that for the most part, I'm pretty. I'm not harboring don't have a big chip on my shoulder. I'm not angry at these people that I'm fighting. But when I'm in the cage, again, it's I want to make sure that they don't want to fight me again. So yeah, I would say that there is sort of a switch there, but I like to try to keep it separate from who I am outside of the cage.
I love it. You make it look easy, thus the nickname Easy Polizzi. It's all been working, and we can't wait to see you fight at the Monona Terrace this weekend. Alex, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Brought to you by Conan Automotive, taking care of you by taking care of your family's car.